If you will recall in my previous videos, linked in the notes section of this video, I was installing a NEMA 2000 network for the purpose of including my new Victron IP65 battery charger onto my Garmin 8612 chart plotter. Additionally, I wanted to add an overlaying monitoring system that would allow me to monitor the power systems while we were both on the vessel or away. In order to explain the system, I thought we would explore the final diagram for that system. Starting from left to right and on the bottom, you will notice a multi-port T. Now at the top of the screen, you will see the names for each device. The first of which is a power injector 12-volt DC that powers the NEMA 2000 network and everything that is connected to that T. Next is my GPS antenna, Fusion radio, Garmin chart plotter 8612, and then a yellow isolation T on the bottom, which isolates my NEMA 2000 network into two sections. I go into this in detail on my last video. Next is what we will be talking about: the Victron IP Skylla battery charger and the Victron Cerbo GX, a monitoring system that overlays all of my equipment on board, and last but not least, the Fox Marine MEFI 3 gateways that monitor my engines and also show up on my Garmin. This is not part of that video. I started this journey to replace my failing 1999 Charles Model 5000 battery charger. It was not performing well and limited me to lead acid batteries, which one day I will get away from, but I have not yet taken that step. The Victron Skylla IP65 battery charger is waterproof and has an intelligent battery charger with a 7-stage adaptive charge algorithm for a wide range of battery types. The universal AC input for voltage allows it to maintain its full output power no matter where it is located in the world. The IP65 has a rating that's suitable for marine applications, and it can withstand an adverse environment of heat, humidity, and salt air. The model 12-volt 70 amp that I purchased has 3 full rated outputs. Since the Victron company is in the Netherlands, they rely on the US dealer network in the USA for technical support to the end user. Make sure you ask your dealer that you are considering purchasing these units from the following questions. A, do you have someone on staff that is an expert or can troubleshoot and help if needed? B, are they a marine savvy dealer? C, in short, do not buy based on the lowest price, as you will be sorry when you need help. So on to my new task of finding a control monitoring system to interface with my Garmin, allow access via phone, tablet, or PC. Since I already had Victron Charger, naturally, I would look at them first. A dockmate also had one, and looking at his interface, I decided to go with the Cerbo GX. This unit allows you to have control over your system from anywhere. You can access the system via Victron Remote Control, VRM. It's a portal that they have, or access it directly using the optional GX touchscreen, a multifunctional display, or Android Apple Victron Connect app, and locally via Bluetooth. My Cerbo also has a dedicated internet connection with a battery backup for access anywhere. We will use the VRM online for ease in recording, but know that all functions can be performed easily via phone, tablet, and either locally or remote. When you open the application, you get a dashboard page. On this page, you will see a system overview diagram coupled with data points inclusive of your battery voltage, amperage, or watts used, temperature sensors for multiple areas on my particular boat, fuel gauges. Also worth noting is whether it is real-time connection or delayed, the status and local time, and you can also look at the status of your relay switches. On my installation, since I do not have an AC input or AC load devices, the diagram does not display that information. Instead, only the battery voltage and amps used are displayed. It also displays weather info based on my vessel's location from my Garmin GPS signal. Lastly, it gives you installation data based on what time parameters you set. For instance, I can select any time preference and the data points come up fast. You can select with your stylus, mouse, and then drag it across the timeline for data on any given time frame. If I had AC data, that would also appear here. Next, we will move to the Advanced tab. On the menu, this page is customizable, and there are a lot of parameters you have, like the IP65 charger outputs. See the tabs for each output, 1, 2, and 3, the system battery voltage and current. The charger state indicates the type of charge that is in progress, whether it is repeated absorption, storage, float, absorption, bulk, fault, or off. Also, any of these faults will be transmitted based on your alarm settings showing which of the 7 stages are active. In my installation, I also have fuel gauges, ambient temperature gauges below deck, GPS information, and more. On each tile, you can position it, go into the settings for that tile, and enlarge it to full screen to see the data easier. On certain tiles, you can eliminate data like temperature. You can remove the humidity and pressure by simply selecting to clear the page from too much information to drill down to the core data that you want. Next menu item is a device list. Here you can see all the different devices that are associated with this installation. You can click on the plus sign and get the details on each device or delete the device. Additionally, you can perform a firmware update from here and also unlink this site if you sell your boat. In the settings menu, you have 6 sub-menu tabs. In general, you can include the vessel data, toggle for real-time updates on this installation. You can also control your inverter charger from this menu if you like. Change the installation avatar on the software. Remove this installation from your account if you sell your boat. And you can replace this Cerbo GX device with a new unit easily. You can also add tags for your installation. I have not done this, although if I had many installations, I could see where hashtag Carver 406 would come in handy to find this particular boat on my account. The location menu will show me the location of my boat. I can also set a definable perimeter fence around it. The next menu item. GEO Fence is using the GPS from my Garmin to garner this location data. If the boat leaves a set perimeter, it will set off an alarm and send me an email. Under Users, you can add users, delete users, see the status of pending invitations. You can also make teams or installation groups to share, but I do not have the need for those features. I also have myself as a second admin account just in case something happens to an email address. Under Alarm Rules, I have alarms for communication and connection, automatic alarm monitoring. You can create custom alarms. This system will work with seconds versus minutes. For example, 15 minutes is 900 seconds. So you base the alarm delay in seconds. You can also disable alarms here and view alarm logs, and clear an alarm and view alarm by dates under the event logs. In remote control, what you will notice is it starts up with your device list and gives you access to programming choices, alarms, and specifications for use. This list is alphabetical, so be creative when labeling your devices. I started with fuel, followed by the name, or temp, followed by the name. So all the tanks, sensors are listed together by category for viewing in the device list. I have my fuel tanks listed first and followed by my Ruuvi temperature sensors for a Norcold refrigerator in the galley and anywhere I have a bilge heater. Engine room, VIP suite, master suite. These are all below deck Ruuvi temperature sensors that connect via Bluetooth to the Cerbo GX. Victron recommended an external plug-in Bluetooth receiver device to extend the range. I purchased the ASUS USB-BT. This is especially helpful as it gets colder towards the freezing temperatures. I can monitor and make sure that my bilge heaters are working, and I can also check the current draw on another system, Smart Life app with wireless outlets, that I use external to this system. Also, the IP65 on here, and it gives me the current state of charge at the present time. To set up an alarm for a tank, you merely click on the tank that you want to set the alarm up for, then set up and scroll down to the low level alarm, and here you can enable, set active and restore level, and a delay. The reason for the delay is that if you are getting close to an alarm value and out on a choppy day, you may get false readings due to fuel shifting around in the tank. I have mine set at the maximum of 60 seconds. Also under setup, you can select the standard ohm, either European or US standards readings, or use the custom feature. I selected custom and inputted my exact ohm readings for the fuel float that I installed. When I put an ohm meter on the new float, it did not line up exactly, meaning the tank was full, I was reading at 37.5 versus the standard 30 ohms. So I made that a custom value to improve accuracy on my fuel levels. You also can select the type of fluid that's in the tank and the volume of the unit, which is US gallons for mine, and you can also do custom shapes if you really want to go into and have that much of an odd size tank. Similarly, you can also go into any device and find any details to program based on each device parameters. All of this data is available on my Garmin chart plotter through an Ethernet cable connection between the Cerbo GX VE CAN port and the Garmin's 8612 Ethernet port. Once the system is powered, an HTML5 page comes up on the Garmin under Vessel, and you gain full access to the Cerbo GX power as you see here. In short, you can look at the batteries, the voltage, the amps, watts, fuel levels in each tank, and more. There are so many more features on the Cerbo GX that I'm not using, and they make accessories for many power-related monitoring systems. Check them out. I've put a link in the description. This is not a paid promotion, just me sharing what I have done on my boats. If you have learned anything or enjoyed this video, please take time to like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.